Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm doing something a bit different because it's nice to have a change of pace every now and then. And after a month of not recording, I wanted to ease myself back in. And I thought I'd do the flags of the world on Sporcle. Show off my knowledge basically. Slovenia, Myanmar, Laos, Uzbekistan, Latvia, Georgia, Argentina, Cabo Verde, Botswana, Dominican. Also, I pulled those in advance for there are going to be some bad pronunciations. Also, Ivory Coast, so Cote d'Ivoire, Philippines, Sweden. Okay, the other way, I think that was Mali, yes. The other way around is Guinea, the Seychelles, Burundi, Honduras, Japan, Peru, Sri Lanka. So I'm used to seeing Peru's flag with a crest in the middle. Like, did they change their flag at some point and get rid of the low thing in the middle? See? Comoros, that is Guinea-Bissau, Democratic Republic of the Congo, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, France, Pakistan, Luxembourg, Turkey, Denmark, Gambia, Eswatini. Actually, now you can see in the top there, forced order, random order. This used to be random. I think that a couple of, like, when I came back to it the first time in a few years last year, it wasn't random anymore. So random flags was fun. Bahrain, Zambia, Papua New Guinea. What if it said Federated States of Micronesia? Yes, it does. I even know all the capitals, but I don't know if I'm going to do. Well, that might be a separate video. Hungary, Colombia. Well, some countries have multiple capitals, yeah. But is Paraguay, Vanuatu, Lesotho, Belize, Moldova, Bahamas, Belarus, Spain. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at typing. Tonga, Lebanon, Eritrea, Portugal, Czechia, Serbia. That's not Pakistan, what am I doing? Turkmenistan. Also, I apologise for no webcam. But I've been having trouble getting it to sit, like, because my new monitor's thin, like, slim, it's, so where it clips on, it's been hard to sort of get it at the right angle. Yemen, Guatemala, no. Nicaragua, Estonia, Venezuela, Thailand, no, Costa Rica, Thailand, Nauru, yep. That is Grenada, Vietnam, Jamaica, Croatia. That's the UAE, not Jordan. Maldives. Nope. Mauritania. Mauritius. What? Oh, it's Mauritania. Yeah, Mauritius is the 4 colours. Algeria. But yeah, it is easy to get the Mauritania flag mixed up with the Maldives flag. Chile. Armenia. Canada. Brazil. Niger. Namibia. UK. I'm not going to get the flag of my own. Central African Republic, Rwanda. Well, not gonna get the flag of Bahrain nation on that. Yeah, I know that was Slovakia, Nepal, Cuba, Switzerland. Although I consider myself from England, Malaysia. That's Jordan. That is Fiji. That is South Sudan. I do not like their flag. It's just something about that blue triangle. Light blue triangle. Just doesn't really work with the other colours in my opinion. Cyprus, Marshall Islands. No, that's Liechtenstein. Again, countries with very similar flags. And Liechtenstein is hard to spell. Liechtenstein. Oh, come on. Liechtenstein. Can't. Liechtenstein. There we go. Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan is a bit for me on Sporcle. Oh man, what the hell am I saying about that? So if you hear anything in the background, I've got my window open. Although if my microphone face forward, I don't know how much that I'll pick up. Sierra Leone, San Marino, Iran, that is Guinea. See the reverse of the Mali flag. Sao Tome and Principe, that is Ireland. Panama. There's Austria. That is Solomon Islands. That's Monaco. That one's Thailand. Belgium, Malta, Ghana. Syria, I prefer their old flag. Mauritius, yep. Libya. Don't prefer their old flag. Their old flag was all green. It's just a green rectangle. Ethiopia. Dominican Republic. China. Uganda. Kuwait. Oman. That's Oman. North Macedonia is a flag I quite like. It's a sunburst sort of thing. Iceland. Guyana. That's no, that's El Salvador. The Central American ones all look very similar, apart from Belize. St. Lucia. That is Benin. Kosovo. That is Cameroon is the yellow star. Netherlands. Andorra. Samoa. Poland. Australia. Suriname. Qatar. Togo. Russia. That is Tanzania. Bangladesh. Kenya. Albania, Nigeria, no, that's Romania. Romania and Chad flags are literally the same. Gabon, Angola, Uruguay, Lithuania, that's Chad, Bhutan, Palau, Israel, Morocco, Finland, Mongolia, Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, so the Sudan, yep, that's the Sudan, Somalia, Equatorial Guinea, that's the Maldives. They went for South Korea. Maldives went for the minimalist approach in there for their flag. Greece, Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso. That is Senegal. That is Syria. No, Iraq. I think Syria's old flag was the red, white, black with 2 stars. I could be wrong. Ukraine. That is Palestine? Yep. Somalia. Republic of the Congo. Mozambique, which is one of my favourite country names. Germany. Zimbabwe, which is one of my favourite flags, I have to admit. Forgot the Germany flag and and screw it, why the hell not? We'll do capitals. Ottawa, yep. Washington. Mexico City. And Havana, Nassau, Roseau, Bridgetown, Tobago is Port of Spain. I know what the Caribbean nations are, I can just never remember what order they're in. Castries, Basseterre. Got both Kingston and Kingstown. Kingstown being St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now also, it's very windy today where I live. So, microphone might pick up a bit of wind. Oh. I think the one at the top would be... They've got sentiment. Haiti is Port-au-Prince. I might have to leave those for now. Okay, Central America, you got Guatemala, which is Guatemala City, one of those that's named after the country. You've got Belize is Belmopan. Managua is like Nicaragua. Nicaragua? Not sure on the pronunciation of Nicaragua. I'll go with Nicaragua. It's how I've heard other people pronounce it, and it feels the most natural to me. Tegucigalpa. Again, I apologise for terrible pronunciation. I'm not exactly... I know a tiny bit of Spanish. I did GCSE German, but I can't remember a lot of it. El Salvador is San Salvador. Costa Rica, San Jose, Panama City. No, Caracas, Georgetown is Guyana. I'm typing in Suriname. I was on autopilot there. That is Paramaribo. Brazil is Brasilia, not Rio. And that's one of those misconceptions. I think Rio is the biggest city though. I could be wrong on that. I think Brazil was one of the countries where the capital isn't the biggest city. I'm fairly confident Rio de Janeiro is the biggest city in Brazil. That is Uruguay, which is Montevideo. Argentina is Buenos Aires. Chile is Santiago. That's Paraguay, which I have trouble spelling, but Asuncion, doesn't get the first time there. Bolivia's La Paz, although it does have a second capital, which I can never remember the name of. As I never remember, don't actually know the name of it. But Bolivia actually has two capitals. La Paz is the official one. What's a fun fact? Eswatini has two capitals. And Mbabane is the administrative. The other one's just I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about that before I say something completely wrong. Peru is Lima. Ecuador is Quito, Colombia is Bogota. Europe, Reykjavik. Dublin, UK. No, why am I doing that? London. Paris, Andorra la Vella. Madrid and Lisbon. Rabat, Algiers, Tunis. Tripoli, Cairo, just to get them out of the way now. That'd be Rome, Berlin, Warsaw, Minsk, Kiev, Moscow, Vilnius, Riga, Tallinn, Helsinki, Stockholm, Oslo, Copenhagen. These ones up. Bern is Switzerland, which is Valletta. Athens, Nicosia, just get that out of the way. Athens, you've got Skopje, Tirana, Zagreb, Sarajevo, Belgrade, Pristina. Praia is the Praia. Praia? I don't know. Is the capital of Cabo Verde. That country there. That island nation. Anyway, Bulgaria, that's Sofia. Chisinau, Moldova. Bucharest, Budapest. Ljubljana, Bratislava, Prague, San Marino, Luxembourg, Vatican, just knock out the ones that are named after them. Vaduz is Liechtenstein, Be Croatia, Bosnia. What else? Pod Podgorica, Podgorica. I don't know. Okay, what else? Hungary. Czechoslovakia was Austria, Hungary, Switzerland. Oh, that'd be Vienna. What else? Amsterdam. Brussels, which happens to be where the EU is based. Could that one be? Okay, come back to it. South Africa, Nouakchott, Mauritius, no, Mauritania, Mauritius. Why do they have such similar names? There is Port Louis, Antananarivo for Madagascar, Victoria for the Seychelles, Moroni for Comoros. South Africa has three capitals: Cape Town, Pretoria, and the other one starts with B. Pretoria, Maseru, Mbabane, Mozambique is Maputo, Lusaka, Luanda, Angola and Zambia there. Harare, Gaborone, it's Libreville, well I remember it. There's Windhoek, Namibia's capital. Oh, that would be Uganda's Kampala. Lilongwe, Malawi. Bamako from Mali. Yamoussoukro is the Ivory Coast. Lomé, Porto Novo, Benin and Togo. Conakry, Guinea. Bissau is obviously Guinea-Bissau. I might run out of time here. There's Mogadishu. Here's Addis Ababa, Accra, Lagos. No, it's not Lagos. It's Abuja. I keep thinking Nigeria's capital was Lagos. I think it used to be. Niger is Niamey. Oh, Cameroon is Yaoundé. Sierra Leone is Freetown, Monrovia. Djibouti's capital is Djibouti, as Mara is Eritrea. Juba and Khartoum. Chad is N'Djamena. Okay, come on. That Turkey is Ankara, not Istanbul, which is not Constantinople. Love that song, by the way. They might be giants versus specifically Istanbul, not Constantinople. It is Istanbul, not Constantinople. If you've a date in Constantinople, should be waiting in Istanbul. I don't know how much I can get. Yeah, I love that song. Ramallah, Jerusalem, Beirut is Lebanon, Damascus, Kuwait City, Amman, Muscat, Sana'a. Arabia is Riyadh, Doha, Manama. Abu Dhabi is the capital of UAE, not Dubai. Tehran, if I can spell. Iraq is Baghdad. Baku, Yerevan, Tbilisi. Kazakhstan, which is Astana, which was briefly called Nur Sultan. For a few years, the girl is Ulaanbaatar, which means Red Hero apparently. Although I think I read, although I think I got that from a YouTube video, so take that with a grain of salt. I think it was Jake Leon's video where he was doing hard geography questions. He was like, what capital city's name means Red Hero or something. Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, Tashkent, Uzbekistan, Dushanbe, Tajikistan, Ashgabat is Turkmenistan, although I've probably got those the wrong way around. Pakistan, which is Islamabad, not Karachi, that's the biggest city. Oh, Afghanistan, okay, that is Kabul. India is New Delhi. Sri Lanka, it will accept Colombo, but the capital was officially called Sri Jaya Wadina Pura Koti. Boom. Malay for the Maldives there. Nepal is Kathmandu. Thimphu is Bhutan. Dakar. Yeah. Senegal and Bangladesh's capitals, very similar names. Oh, what's that? Oh, Gambia is Banjul, Bangui, Kinshasa, Brazzaville, Bumal there. Kigali, Gitega, Nairobi I somehow forgot. Anyway, Asia, China is Beijing, Pyongyang, Seoul, Tokyo. So Taiwan, which would be Taipei. Yep. Vietnam is Hanoi. Not Ho Chi Minh, as I sometimes get mixed up with. Vientiane, Phnom Penh. Oh, I can never spell Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh. There we go. Bandar Seri Begawan. That is Brunei. Jakarta, Singapore. Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur. Oh, St John's and St George's, I think. Yes. One of those is Antigua and Barbuda, and the other one I think is Grenada. Papua New Guinea is Port Moresby. Diddy Freesmore. Ngerulmud, Palau. Palikir, Micronesia, Apia Samoa, Suva, Fiji, Nuku'alofa. Yep, Tonga. Martial art. Got these ones. I know Yaren is Nauru, I think. Yes. Marshall Islands is. I know it. It's just one of those ones I can never remember. I struggle to remember. Oceania. Wellington and Canberra. God, I'm under pressure. Usually I can 100% this. I have 100%ed this several times off camera. How am I forgetting? What European capital could I be forgetting? Like, Switzerland. What else is in that region? Oh, no, it's Monaco. I always forget Monaco for some reason. Maybe because their football team plays in the French league. Maybe because they're, for all intents and purposes, part of France, but they're an independent, they're a city-state. It's in 30 seconds. I should at least be able to remember Solomon Islands. Vanuatu, Port Vila, Tuvalu, Funafuti. I'm usually able to understand this. Kiribati, Tarawa. Bangkok, Manila. Okay, Sao Tome. Majuro and Honiara, I should have remembered. Yeah, Ouagadougou. Yeah, I should have 100%ed this, but my memory decided. But 190 out of 197, and the one. Okay, I should have got named. And to be honest, the ones I forgot. If we look at the quiz stats, Sao Tome is the least obscure of the ones I didn't get. 58.9% of people got that. Dodoma, 50.2%. Ouagadougou, 49.9%. Naypyidaw, 43.7%. Malabo, 41.6%. Honiara, 41.3%. And Majuro, 39.5%. So, I'm not... on one hand, I knew them and I definitely should have been able to remember them. But on the other hand, the most guessed one I missed, 58.9%, I'm not too upset with that. Because I basically missed a lot of the more obscure. I'm not upset with that. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.